Hello everybody, welcome back to Expedition Homestead. We're here at the in-laws house because my wife is very close to giving birth to our third child. So we are going to be here for a few days because they're about half hour closer to the hospital and it could be any moment now. But of course I still want to get out a video for you guys, and today's video is going to be about kale, specifically kale growing in the second year. Right here, this is I believe this is a dinosaur kale, and then we have a red Russian kale further down in the garden bed here that we grew last year. This is the second year of growth for this kale. So even here in Wisconsin in zone 5B, we can still grow this as a biannual plant. Cool. What you get? Ooh, yes. We could cook them up and eat them.
No.
The greatest part about this in the second year of growth is that it's going to start growing as soon as possible. And if you have ever had kale when it's 80, 85 degrees outside, you know that generally it's going to taste a little bit bitter. But if we take off some of this kale now, it is the best tasting kale that you guys will ever have in your whole life because it's been growing in very cool temperatures. We're not seeing 70, 75 degrees, 80 degrees. This thing has been growing in 40 degrees, 45 degrees with nighttime temperatures around 30 to 35 degrees. And it's doing great, and it's gonna give us amazing tasting kale. Also, not to mention that we don't even have to do anything to grow this in the second year because it's gonna grow right where it was before. We're also gonna get very dense and lush growth because it's sprouting out from all over that main stem. So if we look at the red Russian kale over here, just check this thing out. The stem is massive. This is about 3.5 inches around, 4 inches around. And it's producing little offshoots of this kale all over the place. And again, it is great tasting kale because it's been growing in such cool weather. You can also see along the stem here, it's budding out as well. So we're gonna get some incredible kale off of this in a very early time frame. This is, right now it's the 23rd of April. So to have this much kale growing already is such a blessing. So thank you all so much for watching today's episode. I hope you all keep your kale in your garden beds so it can grow a second year, because trust me, you are going to love the vegetables that you're going to get off of that. The taste of it is just so much different than kale when it's warm out because it just gets so bitter. But this stuff, you can barely taste that bitterness compared to warm kale. So early season kale that's grown in the second year, it doesn't get any better than that when it comes to kale, because a lot of people unfortunately are deterred from eating kale just because of that bitterness. But if you get it like this, that is not going to be a problem. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope your gardens are growing great. Happy gardening, and we'll see you in the next episode.